morning. It's a beautiful Saturday morning here in North Carolina. Today is a big day. Everybody's trying to get these Jordan 1 Royal Toes, man. Everybody's trying to get them. And I'm trying to use every resource I have. I know some resellers, thinking about getting a pair from one of them. Of course, I'm going to try on my own with the Sneakers app and the other apps and everything. But something that's different about today is stores are actually reopening today. Some malls here in North Carolina are reopening today. Now, this mall in particular is supposed to be closed until Tuesday, but the DTLR inside the mall is supposed to be open. So I've been trying to call this morning to find out and see exactly if they're going to be open, but of course nobody's answering the phone. So I'm going to drive over to the mall. It's not too far from the crib, probably about 10-15 minutes, and I'm going to see if I'm able to get in that thing, because if I am and they open, they should have pairs available. So trying to get a 7.5, and also trying to get a size 14 personally for me. So if we can do it, if we can make it happen, then bet. But we'll see what's going on. So follow me, my first pickup vlog, and I hope I can actually pick these shoes up, and I hope we can be doing a unboxing, maybe even a review this weekend with the Royal Toe. So shout out to everybody who's going for these shoes this morning. Let's see if we can get them.
Right now, there's a couple people in the line waiting for the DTLR to open up. Yeah, we're gonna see how this goes, man. We're gonna see how this goes. Hopefully I have my size. If not, I'm trying to hit on these apps too, so let's get it.
All right, y'all, back at the crib. I wasn't out too long this morning, but, you know, just with everything going on, I didn't want to be out for too long. But I didn't pick up any shoes. And every store I went to, as you already saw, did not have them or was not opening up as of yet. Even though on the website, like DTLR said it was going to be open today at 10 a.m., they didn't open up. But as you can see, your boys still got that dub on the Sneakers app. Shout out to the Sneakers app. And I talked to a good amount of people. DM me. I saw on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram. A lot of people did not get this shoe. And that was kind of like forecasted. Like, a lot of people were saying that everybody's not going to get this shoe. One, it's a Jordan 1. A lot of people don't know this, but Jordan 1s are actually the most, how can I put this? It's the least produced retro Jordan there is. So that's off gates. It is already limited pairs anyway. And then you think about all of the people that are trying to get Jordan 1s. Now, when you think about, like, say the Jordan 5, the Fire Reds, or the DMPs, most of the time it's just, you know, males and just guys trying to get those shoes, right? Some females, not a whole too lot. But when it comes to Jordan 1s, everybody, women, men, everybody is trying to get a Jordan 1. It's the most trendiest Jordan to have. That's just what it is, especially when you have a dope colorway like this, when the color blocking is like that. Everybody's going to want that shoe. And I kind of felt the anticipation just building up over the last couple days. I posted something on Instagram. If you're not following me on Instagram, follow me at DJ Go Get 'em on Instagram. But I posted something on Instagram just to see how many people were actually trying to get this shoe, and I got a huge response. And I just knew it was going to be a tough shoe to get. Like, it's a Jordan 1. A Jordan 1 with a dope colorway, everybody's going for that shoe. And they sold out pretty quickly. So what I wanted to do, because I got a lot of DMs saying, you know, how did you get the sneakers? Like, what did you do? What do you do different? But because recently I've been getting some pretty hard to get shoes on the Sneakers app. Thinking like the Bred 11s. Some people got them, but a lot of people missed out on those Bred 11s. or I've had some other shoes I've been able to get to, and people just ask me like, what are you doing different? The biggest thing I'm doing is how I prepare before the release. How you prepare before the release is crucial. And just thinking about the SNKRS app, some people are waiting until they log in at 10 a.m. to make sure their their debit card and credit card information is correct. No, you need to have those things already situated. Your size preference, like you shouldn't be on the time of the release. You shouldn't be on the app trying to figure out what size, like putting your size in. All that stuff you can preset in the SNKRS app. So those are very, very important to do. Make sure your debit card information is correct. Make sure your billing address is already correct, because if your billing address is not updated in the app, it's not going to let you buy the shoe until you do that. Also, and this is really more so for iPhone users or people who have an iPad, rather than if you're not using Apple Pay, I highly suggest you use Apple Pay, especially on the SNKRS app. It's a lot quicker to get in line for your shoes. If you don't have Apple Pay set up, most likely it's going to make you put in your last 3 digits in the back of your debit or credit card, which is going to take time. Most of the time, you're going to miss out on the shoe when you're doing something like that. Make sure you guys have all your financial information set before release. Another thing, and something I do, I use more than one device. So I have my main phone, I have my SNKRS app, I have my debit card attached to that account. I have another phone that I have a totally different account, same name, but it's a different email address, different credit card information. And when it's 10 o'clock and those shoes go live, I have both phones ready, and I just put, the information's already in. I just hit, and I just see which one hits. And I've had cases where I've hit phones on both. I've hit shoes on both phones. I've had cases where it's just one phone. So today I had 2 phones, and I just hit them on one phone. So you have to increase your chances, whether you're using your phone, tablet, desktop. You can have another account, but make sure that account has a different email address, and that account has a different credit card or debit card. If you have 2 different devices like that, make sure one of them is on Wi-Fi and the other one is on cellular. Sometimes the SNKRS app realizes that multiple people in that household are trying to hit, and it won't give you, it won't give you entries or anything like that. So make sure you have one on Wi-Fi and another device on cellular. Another thing, make sure you're not keeping your eggs in one basket, meaning that you're not just trying to hit on a SNKRS app. There's tons and tons of shoe stores that get these general releases as well that you have a good chance on hitting on. Case in point, you can go on Foot Locker, Finish Line, East Bay, Foot Action, DTLR, Jimmy Jazz. There's a lot of other sellers selling at retail that you can get those shoes from. So this is what I do. So say I put in for my entry on SNKRS app, it's pending, it says I'm in line. I'll pull up Foot Locker and see if it's available there. Most of the time when you have like restocks and things like that, those restocks are going to be on the Foot Locker, on the Finish Line, on the DTLR, things like that. Actually, this morning, I think it was about 9:55, right before these shoes were about to go live, there was a restock on the Jordan 5 Fire Reds, and that was on Foot Locker. So make sure you're using more than just sneakers. A lot of people are using the SNKRS app, and they don't hit, and they give up. There were plenty of pairs. I'm not saying the app and the website was acting correctly today, but there were plenty of pairs on Foot Locker, plenty of pairs on Finish Line. So don't just use sneakers and you don't hit your shoe and think it's over. No, there's more shoes out there. Nike sends out shoes to other places to sell as well. So make sure you have an account with Finish Line, Foot Locker, Jimmy Jazz, DTLR, Shoe Palace, Villa. There's a lot of other shoe sellers out there as well. Another thing, if you know it's a shoe that you definitely want, case in point, a lot of people wanted these. The next pretty big release is probably going to be May 30th, those Flint 13s. classic Jordan colorway. If you know you really want those shoes, you have to make preparations in advance. You can DM me, comment below if you want to know somebody who's reselling the shoe, somebody who's doing pre-orders, things like that. Holla at me. I can point you into the right direction because I know the people who are doing pre-orders who are legit. Shoes are 100%. They are doing pre-orders on shoes like that. And it's good to have that in your back pocket as well, because even if you pre-order, yes, the price may be a little bit higher than retail, but it's going to be way cheaper than what it's going to be on StockX in the next few months, especially with this shoe. A lot of people were getting this Jordan 1, the Royal Toes, to just resell because it's going to be a huge profit for them in the long run. So make sure that you guys are doing that as well. What's up, Storm? So yeah, those are just some of the things you can do when trying to hit the shoes. Those are things that I do. Just a little quick recap. Make sure you have 2 different devices. If you have to use your wife's phone or your girlfriend's phone or your boy's phone or whatever, 2 different devices, 2 different credit cards, 2 different emails, same address as always. Is always going to different sites, Foot Locker, Finish Line, things like that. And when you do different things like this, if you plan ahead, have all your information correct, most likely you're going to get the shoes. Most likely you're going to get them. So that's just my little advice. And I did get the shoes today. I'm happy. I wanted to get another pair as well. That didn't work out, but there'll most likely be a restock. So subscribe to the channel. I always come in and try to give little hints if I can. Also, make sure if you're on Twitter that you follow Solinks, J23, Sneaker Twitter. Twitter accounts like this have jump on information, have jump on restocks and things like this, and they'll actually put out a link so you can just go straight to the shoe. And also make sure you have your notifications turned on for them as well, so that you can get that access when the time does come. So just a few tips you got from me. Shout out to everybody who did get that W this morning on the Royal Toes. Yeah, they lit. You're not going to be here till the May 28th, I believe. That's what the confirmation email said, but we'll see. But other than that, I'm out. Got 'em, gang. I see you.